Hey, it's Larry. Welcome to Stewarding the Wealth Transfer. Hey, quick video today on Dinar deceptions. I want to thank all of you new viewers for tuning in. Evangelist Lauren really helped the channel, and I really enjoyed getting to meet her. I can't wait till I get to shake her husband and her hand. But today I want to talk about Dinar deception, because as I reach out, or as people reach out to me, I'm reaching back and having conversations, and I'm starting to see what Kim Clement warned against, and that's dinar brokers. And I'm going to read this, and I'm going to show you from the House of Destiny what he said. He said there's a great deception in regards to the dinar. This is May 17th, 2014. Many have been lied to. Many are out there that are calling themselves brokers, but taking advantage of your innocence and in many of your lives. Hold on to everything, because there's a sign. I don't know. Okay, now I use brokers all the time, but I've never met a dinar broker. I know boat brokers, car brokers, real estate brokers. I know those people. I don't know dinar brokers. I think they're illegitimate. Kim Clement says they're illegitimate. Some of you people are sending me messages, and it makes me mad because you're trying to refer me to a dinar broker. I'm giving you a warning that I believe is from God. It's from Kim Clement, at least, and I think that's pretty close. Don't use a broker. You don't need one. Well, Larry, how are we supposed to turn these in? Those guys, Mark Z gets us all wound up. We watch all this other Patriot stuff, and, we got the prophets on one side. I'm not a prophet. I'm a prophetic person. And then we got the Patriots on the other side. I'm a patriot. I know those guys. Well, just wait until the Dow hits 20,000. Everybody in the world is going to know about it when it does. And so Larry, can this be happening if the banks are going to all blow up like Kim Clement prophesied? That's what you said, Larry. That's what you said. Well, I don't have it all figured out. I have had a dream. I went into a bank. I think it was like a Citibank. It wasn't necessarily Citibank. They were very excited. They told me, in my dream, it was a small branch of a big bank, like a national bank, but it was a new, smaller branch. Really sharp-dressed guy. He said, "How can I help you today?" And I started talking to him, and I said, "Hey, are you guys going to be dealing with new foreign currencies?" And he kind of snapped to attention, and I said, he said, "Can you explain, sir?" I said, "Well, I'm talking about, currencies like, to be able to exchange them here." "Which ones, sir?" And I said, "Well, like the Iraqi dinar." And he smiled, and then he said, any others, sir?" And I said, "Well, yeah, the Vietnamese dong." He goes, and then he stopped, and he looked at my name, because he was helping me. He didn't know what my name was. He said, "Mr. Wood, I am actually the bank manager here, and I personally have been responsible for teaching our staff, and we are well trained about these currencies. And as soon as it comes, I would love to invite you in. We're going to have a conversation." And he kind of alluded to those new little pods that you see. Now, I've done a lot of loans, and usually I go into a big office, but he was referring, and I've started paying attention the few times I go into banks, and there's new little mini micro glass, and I think those maybe are what they're, and that was my dream. I got Dan, the former truck driver, to send in a video I'm going to play for you about his last experience. And I want to invite you, if you can do this, I want you to, there's a microphone on your cell phone. And if you could even put the video on, except then your screen will be lit. But I want you to go into banks and see if you can record somebody doing this. I will tell you that Dan is one of my closest friends. He's an accountability partner, a man of God. He intercedes, and he's got a crazy story. Listen to what happened.
I walked into a Wells Fargo in the Midwest in a major city, and after doing my banking, I requested to be able to speak to a manager or a wealth manager. The branch manager made himself available, and he had his administrative assistant sitting at a desk across from him. And I asked him if he was familiar with the QFS system, and he said you mean the quantum financial system? And I said, yes. And he said, yes, I am. And I asked then, do you know if you will be actively participating in exchanging any foreign currencies for U.S. Treasury notes? And he looked at it as his assistant and he nodded yes and smiled. And I said, what foreign currencies will you be able to transact and exchange for U.S. Treasury notes? And he said, what foreign currencies do you have? And I said, well, Iraqi dinar. And he nodded yes. And then I asked Zimbabwe Zim, and he nodded yes. And then I asked if he would be able to exchange Vietnamese dong for U.S. Treasury notes. And he nodded yes, and looked at his administrative assistant each time, kind of smiling and nodding. And that was my Wells Fargo experience.
And I'm going to tell you, this is about the whole broker thing, you guys. Don't get so greedy. I have a weird saying. I can't afford the cheapest. What does that mean, I can't afford the cheapest? Is that just an arrogant rich guy saying? No, I can't afford it because when I get the cheapest, it lets me down when I want it. My wife's coming home, so the dogs have to exit here. So I don't buy the cheapest stuff. I don't always buy the most expensive either, but usually the cheapest makes me nervous. And I had a big reality check in this whole RV thing because I thought maybe I should expand into Zims. I can't find Kim talking about it. I'm sure he didn't actually because I've looked hard. But I thought I'm going to buy some just because, I don't know. And I ended up getting them, and guess what? I bought fake Zims. And so that, because they were cheap. I bought them because they were cheap. I can't afford the cheapest. They let you down. So where do I get my dinar? I buy them on eBay. Where do I get ripped off on fake Zim? I buy those on eBay too. So sometimes, but I didn't pay that much and it just didn't make sense. It wasn't, a trillion one or whatever. It was just stupid. So seriously, people, you think about it this way. You're going, oh, Larry, you don't care. You got extra money and you don't understand what 2%. Hey, no, I know. I use professionals all the time. I pay fees to brokers when they're legit. But show me what these weasels are doing all the rest of the time. I've never seen a dinar broker advertise. What do they do all the rest of the time? Kim Clement says, hold on to it. Don't work with them. That's what I think he says. That's the way I interpret it. You make your own decision. And please, if you've recently purchased, oh my word, we've got an emergency here. Poor Sophers has got a big problem. Come here, Sophie. Sophers, oh my goodness. So if you've recently purchased the book, I want to thank you and appreciate it. But would you please review it on Amazon? And you don't have to give it 5 stars. Everybody seems like they are. I want honest reviews, and I want a number of reviews. I'm not looking for bad ones, but if you don't like something, I mean, I like authentic response. And in light of response, I've appreciated all the people who responded to the channel. I don't really know what I'm doing. It's kind of funny. Somebody asked me, Larry, what's the 540 large at the end of your first few videos? Well, that's what happens when you use iMovie and you load it into YouTube Studios. It just tags that in. That's what iMovie puts on there. And if you're a rookie YouTuber like I've been, because I've only been doing this for 6 months, I used to leave those numbers on there because I didn't know you could edit the title. So, it's kind of funny the things I'm learning. But when TC jumped on, asked a few questions, I was able to respond back to him. I realized that there's other things you can do with the channel. And so things like walk this way. What is his name? I just was actually trying to chat with him. I'm looking forward, Marcus. I would love to do something with him. He seems like such a great guy, good, solid leader. And so thank you for commenting on the channel. I do pay attention. And then thanks for taking the survey. Hey, don't use a broker. That's what Kim said. That's what I'm saying. Don't use a broker. Thanks, you guys.